Okay, so working in terminal or with Linux could be a quite hectic job for beginners. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about those important commands that I found to be most important and most frequently used ones. This will help you out to do all those jobs that you want to do but did not know the commands about, and go onto the internet and search about it every day. Although as an ethical hacker or a pen tester, you need Kali Linux, but this command will also help you out in other Linux distros too. So let's start with the video. I hope you will enjoy. So I am assuming that you have no idea about Linux, so I am making this video like that only so that I can explain everything that you need to know if you are a very beginner level. So I am starting it from scratch. So the first command you need is sudo su. This will help you to run your user as root. So earlier Kali used to give root user as default, but nowadays it doesn't. So it doesn't matter. You can type this and use everything in root, but make sure you don't harm your computer because at that time it is very sensitive. But most of the things you do need root access. So for that you can use this, or also you can avoid this and use only sudo and the rest of the commands. Depends on you. Next thing is, if you need to check who are the users currently available on this system, then you can just type users and it will show. So as the only user is right now is me, so it is showing my name. I had online, I would have came online from some different account in this system, so it would have shown something else. Next thing here is, if you need to add some other user, you can type this command sudo user add m and whatever the name you want to give, and after that you need to give the password and your user will be set up, and you can come online with the username and the password, and it will give you a whole different window that you can give access to somebody else in your company, or whoever it is. So people do like that, so that the main account does not be accessed by someone else. After you make a new user, you can go and check it out by giving the username and password, and you will get a new window, and you can check there by typing the users command, and you will see the new user that you made, the name will be shown, and you can just check a totally new different window as came. But the new user that you made does not have the sudo access, so you need to give it sudo access. So just type this command and your new user would get the sudo access. After that you can just access all the root works through that new users too, like you are doing it from your default account that you made while installing Kali, and just give the password and it will work out. To check whether the user got the access or not, just type groups with the username, and you can find that it has already got the sudo access. After that you can go and check it out whether it has got the sudo access or not by logging in from that account. Just type su with the username, and you can see it will be asking for the password, and you can further proceed. But if you don't give the sudo access, this won't occur because they only give permission to the one that we give permission to do. So make sure that, and after that you can traverse through all the folders it has, like I am traversing here with the home folder, and we can also update the system just like this. So here we can get everything we like to do. Another thing comes here is to updating or upgrading the system. For updating or upgrading the system, you can use sudo apt-get upgrade, or you can use sudo apt-get upgrade and upgrade with the double and command. This will both update and upgrade your system. And sudo apt-get install is also used for installing different things you need to install in Kali Linux. Next thing is whoami command. This will give the name of the user that is currently being online, or you can see the name you are using. So sorry for not showing the name because it has been cropped. So it is right now showing my name. Echo command is used to print something that you are printing inside the quotation. Next comes assign command. This will show you for how long you are being online on this system. To read it in human form, you need to type uptime P. This will give you the result in human format. Next comes the history command. To see the last history of the total commands you type here, you can get it out. This is a very helpful command for me. I often type something by mistake like A, B or C, but this is also a command. Like if you type A or B, it will show the number of possibilities it has with the letter A. Like if you type B, it will show the possibilities with B, Z. Whatever you type, it will show the total possibilities it has, and also the name of those commands. Next is cal command. It will show you the calendar of the present month, or to see the date you can type date also. Courier command will clear the whole screen, and pwd command will show you the current directory you are currently on. ls command will show the list of all those things it has right now, and you can also traverse through anything via ls slash with the name of that folder. Next comes cd command. Cd command is the most important one. You can traverse and visit any directory just typing cd and the whole location of that directory. Suppose I am writing this to visit the fastrat file through the directory home tt, so I can visit here it and I can type whatever I want to with it. This will help you out to do anything in terminal and not to visit the GUI version. You can use cd ... to get back to one directory, and cd will take you back to the home directory. Next we will use mkdir command to make folders from terminal or directory, you can say. So by this I am making a directory on desktop like lab. For making another directory inside the lab, just use lab slash lab1 or whatever name you want to give, and that directory will be made on the place you have written the name. Just I am on desktop right now. You can do it somewhere else too. So see, we have got the lab directory. If you go inside the lab directory, you will find the lab one also that we made through it, and it is an empty directory. Just like this, you can make several ones just by terminal. Well, we have always used cut, copy, paste like that. Everywhere we have used it in Windows or Linux. Linux had the GUI version, so we can use it on terminal too, just by typing mv command and the name of the file that you want to move with the respective location, and that file will be moved. See, I have moved the Wi-Fi file in this LOL folder just by typing it. And that's how you can do it with cp command also, that is copy command. You can also do mv whatever you feel like. Mv is cut, copy is copy, cp is copy, and uname command is used to find the version of the Linux and other details here. So uname will give the name of the current operating system, and uname a will give the whole details of it. dpkg command is also there, which will help you out to download something from the website or something, some software. So like there are many things to do it. wget is also there, so you can download with the help of it. You can also use apt-cacha. You can also use apt-get install, I have told you. So these are the alternatives. Okay, so next comes the du command. By this you can see the total space some directory has taken. So to see it specifically, we can type du sh slash that directory's name that you want to know, or you can type du sshsh of that directory name, then you can get it in human readable form so that you can understand. Otherwise, if you just type it du and randomly, it won't give it in human readable form. So this is applicable because S is for displaying the total size of the specific directory and H is for printing it in human readable form. Curl is a great command. So curl here specifically can give the source code of the website that you are typing here, and there are many more uses of curl out there. You can try one by one of your choice. Another important thing is how you can change the password, the default password that you give. Just type password PASSWD and type the current password, and after that type the recent password and confirm it. The new password, you will get it. After that, I wanted to change the password to my previous one, but Linux is not allowing me to do so. It is saying that it is already being used, so I have to choose something else. That's the reason it doesn't let you choose the same password again and again so recently. You can also check the version of the Kali Linux by sudo lsv release a command. This will show you the current version of your Linux machine. We can also unzip some zipped files just by typing unzip and the name of the file with the extension. After that, we can write any empty file with whatever we want to write with the help of cat command. Just type cat greater than sign and the name of the file you want to create, and after that give whatever you feel like in that option and press enter. After that, to check whether it is saved or not, you can just type cat with the name of the file and it will show you the whole thing you have written there. And also you can modify the file just by typing cat double greater than sign and the file name and write whatever you feel like, and to check it again we can type cat file and this will give you the final result. And after that, if you want to check it with GUI version, you can do that because it will open only with terminal commands. It will be there on the screen but you can't open it. It will show it has failed to open. Okay, next is grep command. This is very helpful when you have some script which is very long and you want to find some particular name. This will help you out to find those particular name. Like I want to find Yerman in the file Wi-Fi. So this will show everything, every sentence that has this Yerman name in it. To delete any file, you can just use rm and the file name, and that file name will be deleted just like it's deleted from here. You can also delete a directory. Just type the directory name with rmdir command and the directory will be directly deleted. There are lots of commands in Linux, so if you know about each and every command, you can use man option, man command. Man will help you out to find out the manual of each and every command you want to see the manual of. Just write man and the name of the command. Often we need to make a file just from the terminal, so for that we need touch command. Just write touch and name of the file you want to create and it will create an empty file and that you can access through a GUI also. It is not like cat, you can access through a GUI also, but in cat you can't do that. Next comes ping command. This can basically be used for checking your internet connection, used in Windows too, or we can ping any IP address by it. During hacking you need this. That is a different topic. I will made on this topic sooner. there are lots of command that is needed in hacking. It is also one of the very basic one. If command is also very important to see the local area network information and the wireless network information. You need to type if config for that, and it will give all the info about your network. Just like I have told you, man commands give the manual of any command you want to know about. You can also use H command beside the command you want to know about. It will also give you the information you need to know about it. This is just an alternative of man. The next command is chmod command. This is a very important command. This gives the permission to do something with any file or give permission to anything. This is also a quite high level command that I am telling you. Just see, here I am typing sudo chmod R777 BWAP. BWAP is an pen testing platform, so I am giving the permission so that I can access on it. So 77 is a binary to decimal. There's a science behind it. That's a different topic though. This will give the permission here. Next, if you want to zip any file, you have to just type gzip and the file name, and the file will get zipped like I have did here. Next, you need to install the git. By git you can clone every repository on git. This is very needed command. You will frequently use it, so it's better you install it first. IPA is also there. This is an alternative of ifconfig. You can use it to find the info about your system. To see the architecture of your system, you can type arch command. Last and not the least, cat command can also be used to find some information or related to something in a specific directory. So that's all for today. I think I have explained the most used commands. If you need to know something more, I can give you more information if you text me on Telegram.